It is the Scorpio full moon, so this is a perfect time to check in with the spirits at my favorite haunted location, Indiana State Sanatorium. This is a location I have been to many times. I was even in a documentary on this location, but it has been a couple of years since I have been there. So I want to check in and see how the spirits are doing. This location has 3 distinct eras to it. There is the tuberculosis era, there is the nursing home era, and there is the mental health dormitory era. So I'm going to check in with each location individually to see how they are doing. Starting with the tuberculosis era, I must say, of all the times I've been there, this era has been the one that I have connected to the least. Maybe because it's older than the other 2 eras. But either way, I've never felt super connected to the tuberculosis aspect of this location. How are the tuberculosis era spirits currently feeling at Indiana State Sanatorium? How did the tuberculosis era spirits feel when this location was first opened up for investigations? How did they feel about those investigations? And how does the tuberculosis era spirits feel about the investigations now that this location has been opened for a handful of years? How do they feel now about the investigations? Okay, this is really interesting. So how are they currently feeling? I have my back door open and the neighbors behind me have their grandkids over, so that's what that screaming is. They are having a new sense of clarity and communications. This is interesting to me because it's not just me that has felt the tuberculosis era less than the other ones. I've heard the same from other investigators, but it seems like maybe they are having this kind of like new burst of communication. So I would be curious to know if the spirits of the tuberculosis era are being a little more communicative and a little bit more kind of this new spark of energy with them that we haven't seen before, which is kind of interesting because they're feeling kind of overwhelmed and burdened with all of these investigations, which is in contrast to when the location first opened. They were feeling really good about it. They were like, okay, cool, we're getting some recognition. We feel good about this. But then now it's kind of become a lot. So I wonder if that is why they are having this like, okay, we need to be communicating differently. We need to be going about things differently because this is a little bit much. And I hate to do this to you, but I am going to go ahead and do this in a couple more parts, one for each of the eras, just so the videos aren't insanely long. So head on over to my account, onto my page, and check out for the, we will do the mental health facility next. I am checking in with the spirits of Indiana State Sanatorium. It is currently a Scorpio full moon, perfect time to communicate with the spirits. I haven't been to Indiana State Sanatorium in a few years, and I have spent many times there. I was actually one of the first groups of people to get to go in and investigate it when they opened this location for investigations. In my previous video, we checked in with the spirits of the tuberculosis era. In this video, we are going to check in with the spirits of the mental health dormitories, the mental health facility, which is known as Adams Hall on the Indiana State Sanatorium property. This is one of the locations on the property that I absolutely feel connected to, along with the nursing home, which will be the next video. And there's a lot of spirits here. There's a lot of conflicting energy as well, a lot of contrasting energies within here. So I'm curious how they are feeling. How are the spirits at Adams Hall currently feeling right now? How did the spirits of Adams Hall feel about the investigations going on when the property was first opened for investigations? How did they feel about that? And now that the investigations have been going on for several years, how do the spirits at Adams Hall feel about all of the investigations now? How do they feel about it? All right, this is really interesting. So how are the spirits feeling today in this present moment, just in general? And we have the moon. This is really interesting, not only because it is a full moon today, but the moon can also indicate some insecurities going on, some anxieties, mental health stuff. So I'm wondering, you know, the moon affects us living people, and I can't help but think that it also impacts the dead as well. And actually, while I was investigating Indiana State Sanatorium, at the top of Adams Hall on the roof of the building, it was a total lunar eclipse, total lunar eclipse. And it was really interesting when that happened, because it was like all activity seemed to cease during the eclipse. So I'm wondering if during just a regular full moon, if maybe it's the opposite and the energy really becomes enhanced for them tonight. So if there's anybody investigating tonight at Indiana State Sanatorium, I would love to know what kind of activity they have. And in regards to how the spirits felt when the location was first opened up for investigations, and remember, these are the spirits at Adams Hall, they were feeling a little bit stuck. They were also like, okay, this is a new way of looking at things. Like, what is going on? I don't know if anybody had really been in there before investigating and really trying to communicate with these spirits after they had passed away, but it was really kind of this new perspective for them. I think even a lot of them kind of were realizing for that first time that, like, wow, I'm actually dead. Like, I'm a spirit right now. And I think they kind of had that realization. And unfortunately, a lot of them had the realization that they were stuck, that they are at this location. I don't think that a lot of them are full entities, full consciousness. I think that most of them are fragment hauntings. I do have a video on fragment hauntings if you want to check that out. But yeah, I think they had kind of the realization of like, oh my gosh, I'm stuck here almost. Now though, they look at it as kind of a partnership. And there's also this emotional connection that I think that they are having with the investigators and even with the other spirits. So that is pretty cool to see. In the next video, we are going to be going over the nursing home era of Indiana State Sanatorium, which in my opinion is one of the saddest eras. So make sure you check out that video. All right, this is video number 3 in the 3-part series of checking in with the spirits of Indiana State Sanatorium during this Scorpio full moon that we are having today. In the first video, we checked in with the spirits of the tuberculosis era at Indiana State Sanatorium, and in the previous video, we checked in with the spirits of Adams Hall, which is the mental health facility on that property. All right, so how are the spirits in the nursing home of Indiana State Sanatorium? How are they feeling today? What's up with them? How did the spirits at the nursing home feel when the location first opened up for investigations? How did they feel with those early investigations? And finally, how do they feel about the investigations now? Okay, so I smiled when I got this card of how are they feeling right now, like just in general, what's going on. And we got the Magician, and I smile because the last time I was at Indiana State, I performed a ritual in the nurses station of the nursing home, which is right in the center of the building. I performed a ritual to create a sacred space, kind of like this safe bubble that the spirits are able to go to whenever they are feeling overwhelmed, lost, scared, afraid. Because sadly, so many of the spirits in the nursing home feel abandoned, scared, lost, alone. And so I wanted to create this space for them to be able to go to. And I was thinking of that as I was shuffling, so I kind of smiled. So I think that the spirits remember me. They can tell that I'm tapping into them right now. And I think that they remember me creating that space for them. And I think that this was an acknowledgement to that. Which then kind of leads me to, how are they feeling today about the investigations? And this kind of makes me really sad. I mean, this almost even looks like, a patient in a hospital bed or something. They are feeling very anxious. They're feeling very distraught. They are feeling not happy. And this makes me sad because, not everybody that goes into investigations goes in with the intention of these were living people. And of course, not every haunting is a living person, but at the nursing home, there definitely is a lot of human energy there, a lot of human spirit energy. And not everybody goes in with the mentality of, I'm communicating with a past person that had traumas and things that were unpleasant occur. And so not everybody goes into these locations, with the kindest heart and with the kindest communication. And so sadly, I'm thinking that, they're feeling a little neglected. They're feeling a little sad. And then also think about it too, night after night, having to relive your traumas, of people asking you about your traumas night after night. That would be exhausting, and that would give me anxiety as well. I need to get back over there so I can kind of like re-up the magic and energy in that sacred space for them, so they don't feel this way. And this makes me extra sad because when the investigation started, they were feeling good. They were feeling cared about. They were feeling like they were finally being seen and heard and supported and loved and cared about. And it made them feel really good. And so it kind of breaks my heart that this is what they're feeling like now. I was already really feeling like I needed to go back to this location, and seeing this really kind of solidifies I need to make that happen.